Welcome to another episode of the Oxygen Not Included series. I obviously don't often show this screen, but I just love that this changes with every update. So once we had the pets, we got an egg, and we got this guy, and we have a Draco that crawls up here, and their hats have been added since the jobs, and we have now there's the rockets, and now we have new sculptures because those have been added into the game. So I just love that little detail that they do, and I just thought I'd show it off a little bit before we jump into our normal episode. Alright, so hopefully I can do this while let's just do the one. While this runs, hopefully nothing too terrible happens while we're working, but I want to go over what's in the new patch notes that apply to this save. First off, without even starting, we have a different sculpture here than we did before. So it's interesting that it changed things that were already built. But I've gone through the list. You can easily find it either if you have the game, you can access the patch notes from the main menu. But if you don't have the game, you can easily just Google it. But here are the ones that apply to us. They've added a new pedestal building so you can display things. They've added new decor items including corner decoration, carpeted tiles, trim, obviously the new statue and painting variations, and new plant pots. They've added a new master artist role to go with all of the new art that they've added in. They have a new automation that will count the number of creatures in a room. So say you want to make it so that only so many are in a room so they don't feel cramped. You could program it to count that and open a door when it got too many, and once someone left, it could close once it reached whatever number you wanted. Duplicates will no longer freeze when they take medicine, they lock doors, or rummage through lockers, and that's something we've actually seen. We've seen them freeze up looking through lockers before. This one I just think is funny. So, duplicates will no longer become ill after they have died. I imagine not. Frost buns now use grains and not plants as an ingredient. And the sleet wheat now shows up as a cooking ingredient and not as a seed for storage purposes. Lavatories, showers, sinks, and the like will no longer become immediately blocked if you run the pipe across the output port by storing the last use of the output storage. So, like, we were having that problem with this, where the pipe was going across and it was considered blocked the whole time. It's similar to that situation, so that if you were to run them across, it wouldn't just lock down the whole system. It can hold a little bit so that it can release it once there's a little more space in the pipes, which is good. The paintings and sculptures use job traits to determine the quality of the artwork, rather than the creative skill, but the skill still affects how long it takes to complete that artwork. So before it would be you need to level them up, otherwise you have this and then you can get up to masterpiece, but now it's based on where they are in their jobs. Canvases now require reed fiber to construct, which I believe are these, which is interesting. I think they've been pretty cheap up till now, so now you'll actually have to work on getting reed fiber, which is kind of a theme in here. There's a couple of new things that have to use the reed fiber, which I don't know if we have any around besides what we're getting off of our little Draco. This bum has been shaved recently. Food items now have unlimited stack size, but will only stack if other food items are within 10% of the same rot. So, well, no wonder there's a food shortage. It means we have no food. So you can see all we have is that egg. Decor can no longer be seen through mesh and airflow tiles. That's something I've made fun of before. That, like, the decor of this can go up through these tiles and affect the room above it. It doesn't do that anymore. There's been a major revision of the recipe screen for fabrication buildings. So you've kind of gotten a glimpse there with this. So we can choose to do some mush bars and how many and forever, and it'll say the current order and the next order, and currently there's no workable orders, so this is like the best part of this update. I'm so excited for this. Items in the storage are no longer hoverable and selectable in the main view. So we used to have a problem where if I hovered on this bottom portion of the storage, you could see everything that was stored in these boxes, and that's not the case anymore. And I'm kind of grateful because you had to be really cautious of where you were clicking, otherwise you were cycling through the wrong kind of thing. This one I'm not 100% sure what it's saying, but if it's what I think it is, it's going to be great. It says, building material selection is saved to the save file, so you don't have the surprise after load. I think that's saying, if I choose to build my tile out of sandstone, the next time I load, it'll still be selected on sandstone, so that I can more easily judge what I'm dealing with. Opposed to in the past where I'll build something and be like, that was completely not in the material I wanted, because seems like it changed a lot. Another important thing they've added, so you could tell these duplicates were to move somewhere, but the problem is you move your screen with your right click and that used to cancel it, but that is no longer the case. For certain tools, for example, the deconstruct now has a size, so you can see it's a 13 by 14 or a 4 by 6. Very nice. It also applies to things like liquid pipes or gas pipes, which will be awesome. It doesn't sound like it's applied to tiles, which I think is where I'd want it the most. So it's kind of curious that it's that way, but maybe it's because it's so free form when you're drawing that it would be hard to judge that. Like with the pipes or the digging stuff, it's stuck to being square, whereas when it comes to drawing, it's way more freeform. So maybe that's why they haven't added it to the thing I would most want it to be added to. And the last thing was there are now 3 new ambient songs to add variation between the existing standard songs. So it'll be cool to see if we hear one of those at some point. Now that the update stuff is out of the way, let's take a look at our base and where we're at. We've got this guy set up to have the 2 pumps, which is better than it was. We still need blossom seeds, and we have them trying to go up in here and get these, which will be helpful once they get up into that area, but I haven't seen them doing that. Is this locked? No. Alright. But I should probably set this up. Is there a way to like change the order? It doesn't look like it. I wonder, because I did see someone complaining that it was kind of a random selection opposed to in a specific order, so that's less of a problem in the grill, but say you have here some mush bars and some lice loaves listed. If they randomly choose between them, that would be kind of annoying when in most part what I would want is only make mush bar if you can't make lice loaf. So we'll have to see how it works. Obviously they're still in development and it could change, but we'll just work with it with the way it is for now. Let's do forever on lice loaf. I don't think we have any meal lice, but if we do, I'd want it to be turned into that. So I'm gonna set this guy up real quick, which I pretty much have everything on forever except for pickled meals and fry mush. So hopefully it goes in like bottom order up, because I would prefer them working on the highest tier stuff and only making low tier stuff if there's no options. But we'll see how it goes. It's not like we have any food at the moment anyway, so it doesn't matter. So that's already on harvest. Hopefully someone will get up there soon, so we can at least have that. Oh no, that's really annoying. I'm aware of the lack of resources. I do hope they change that. Yeah, that's kind of obnoxious, especially because it's so flashy. I guess they all are, but I guess you notice it more when it's as wide as the machine it's in. Yay, food! God, I hope that changes. Alright, what else shall we work on? We haven't really been getting too much of the Jeremy water building up down here. Should figure out what to do with that. Alright, I think one thing I do want to work on is maybe making things a little more efficient. So we're going to build the ladder. Well, I don't really need it beyond that point for now. And then I'm going to change this one into the, what are those called? The fire poles. Yeah, they are called fire poles. So here's the carpeted tile. So resource effects, reed fiber. So it looks like you can make it out of the main ingredient and then you get this on top to add decor. But I don't know if you need them. It'd be interesting if it was just like a bonus. But at the same time, I don't think you can make carpet out of just granite, so I could see it needing to have the fiber. Interesting. We only have 2 though, so not the most efficient thing ever. Oh, I think the art for the what's now called the oxygen diffuser has been changed. I don't think it had this blue color on it. They also changed the way it looks in here to have the little bubbles of oxygen, so you can see, you understand what produces oxygen when you first start the game. Another thing they changed is when you go to do, is the picture? Yeah, you can see, let's zoom in, underneath this black line, it shows where the water needs to be underneath it. There's also something that's like a mining machine, and it has something similar but to show you where it needs to connect to some solid surface. I think right now it's playing one of the, what they called like ambient songs. It's really nice. I think I almost prefer it to the normal songs. Oh, that's nice. It's just very low-key, pleasant sounds. Like that. How's the temperature around that? Yeah, you can see how much it's cooling down here. Just got this little bubble. We need some of that over here. But I wouldn't want to clean up the water from it. Ooh, there's something chilly right there. Oh, apps. Yeah, we still have some of that. We've got some more starvation. I know, we're working on it. Soon though, guys, soon. Ooh, I don't know how I just now noticed this, but this corner over here looks different. So, yeah, we have the dig, cancel, deconstruction, priority are big ones. And then off to the side, we have more specific tasks. So like the disinfect, move objects, or the what was called sweep. Attack poor wild critters. It's judging you for attacking poor creatures. I guess nothing really attacks you, so I can understand why they sass you for it. Mop up, capture critters, harvest plants, and extract pipe contents, which we don't have I don't think we have a plumber for that, but... Ooh! Alright, so if we go under furniture, we have crown molding, corner molding, there's the pedestal. Oh yeah, now you can see it has the fiber. Sculpting block. We have a hanging pot, which is really cool. It houses a single plant when sown with a seed. Must hang from a ceiling, as you'd expect. Enables plant domestication. We also have a wall pot. Neat. Those are cool. I wonder what the crown molding looks like. Let's get out of the decor real quick. That was under furniture. Alright, so it's just like, let's go up here where they can't reach. Okay, so it's just kind of curly and cool like that, and then cancel that, and we can do the crown molding. Alright, so it kind of caps off the molding. Cool. Plant pots. Alright, stick from the side. And I think they can be flipped. Maybe. I just can never remember what key they use in this game for flipping it. I think the statues can... Okay, so it's O. So, interesting. I don't think the wall pot can go on the opposite wall. It can only go on this side. Which is a little weird. And then we have the hanging one. Ooh, it's so pretty. Ooh, we could hang it over beds. Neat. It's cool. Alright, cool. I'm so excited about all the new decor. I also don't think these these things with the arrows for our new research. I don't think they go away unless you actively click on them. So I'm really curious where my cook is? It's Syri, I think, right? She's supposed to be locked in the base. Oh. Apparently not anymore? Doesn't seem to have saved my thing. So you can only go in. Because there's food that can be made and she's not around to do it. So let's grab her. Okay, it looks like she's coming in. So now she can't leave the base. And hopefully she'll do her job because there is a berry that she could grill. And there's also stuffed berry. No workable order. I wonder why. I do believe she has tier 2. They take a higher tier than that. So I think I need to bring Stitch up to the higher tier mining so that we can get started on finishing this branch of the stairs. Should be good. I would kind of like to get this finished before this ladder, so maybe I'll cancel that one right there. In hopes that some of the oxygen here will go up and push the chlorine down into this area, because it is killing this sleet wheat, or at least not allowing us to grow that sleet wheat. So I'm hoping, as you can see, it's kind of pushed. There's a barrier here of oxygen and then the chlorine. And I'm hoping to have that same situation happen up here. So it doesn't quite look like it's going in the best priority, like the best food first, because the current order is a frost bun, and then the next is the grilled berry, whereas a stuffed berry would be better, unless by chance doing the frost bun will remove the stuffed berries option, but oh well. I'm just happy that they're cooking better tiered stuff. So I've noticed there's a full-grown bristle blossom here. And I think before this, he would have eaten it already, but he's going to starve in 2 cycles. So I wonder if they've changed. It has. It definitely has. He will no longer eat that bristle blossom. Okay. We can give him balm lily, pepper plants, and mealwood. Alright, let me look into this real quick. So we need to grow that the balm lily in chlorine, which we don't happen to have a room of. I don't know that it would grow well here because of the temperature. It's too cool. The question becomes, do we feed this guy dirt, in essence? I wonder where our construction guy is, if the food person should be building that instead. I also realized that building this, the fire pole here is kind of silly, because I do believe I was going to try to make a water lock over here. Oh well. It's amazing how much less cluttered this feels now that they've cleared out these stairs. Not complaining. I appreciate that. We've got that nice and cleaned out. We're working on cleaning this out and building... Excuse me, I got serious hiccups. Also working on making this into the water lock that I wanted it to be. We'll have to build up a bottle emptier right here. Yeah, I guess that's the best I could do. I say as I place it in the air. Try that again. Let's get a bottle emptier right there, so we can put a little bit of water in that little corner. I'll also want to deconstruct that ladder, like so. Look at all you complainers. Alright, so Syri's finally making some food. And I don't know what her aversion to cooking is, but she's letting people starve here. I had to put on some mush bars. I'm trying to do it on a person starving basis and then only allow them to eat that thing so that they aren't dying. We'll see how it goes. It's been a little precarious. We've got a couple more that we need to fill with seeds, but they don't seem to have the seed capacity that something like the mulewood does. Ooh, I forgot that's what I was working on. We need to get that planted right away. What's back there? Is that our Draco? Why is our Draco back there? Can it move? Is it stuck? It's confined. Good lord, the one thing that could save it, it decided to get stuck in. So we have to deconstruct it. I don't know that we'll have the Draco long. You're free, little Draco! Be free! Hopefully we can get this built soon. Don't you... You move! Alright. Bowser, if you could be so kind as to move here for a minute. Nope. I need you to move further away. These creatures are destined to try to get themselves stuck into a building. Okay, now you can build. Watch this hatch stand in the way. Keep moving. Thanks. Alright, good. We did build our animals into the ground. We had to plant some mealwood. Try to keep that guy alive for a little bit. Let's go ahead and dig out another bit of dirt and algae. Oh no! Why is its body temperature so wrong? I feel like right there is a bubble of hot, but for some reason. Was the material that this farm was made out of too warm? Like, look, everything is pretty cool, and then there's just this bubble of hot right there. I don't understand. I'm gonna deconstruct that and this. I'm gonna go ahead and build if I could bring a planter box to see if maybe that one won't be too hot. Oh, we got some melted water. That's okay, it looks like it's just gonna come down here and help out my water lock. Which I'm cool with. It looks like just standard water. That's fine. We'll have to mop up some of it, but... Yay! The water looks extra effective. Once this right here gets built up, I'm gonna put a door here. Alright, so the one in just the normal box is growing. So that's good. Fingers crossed it gets grown enough in the next 0.9 cycles. So the stable can be as big as one of these. So we could consider expanding this kind of in the same fashion as we did here, but not nearly as much, so it might be just worth making a whole nother area. Like having another smaller one here or something. Or another one up above. So things are looking alright. Our food's not the best, but it's not the worst. We're starting to cool off, at least down here, just a little bit. You know what? We'll take what we can, even if it's just gonna add some nice water into this. We're cooking food on and off. We're using the new systems. I feel like maybe hanging some plants in here will look nice. And then once we start getting more reed fiber, we can start adding more paintings. What do you make the crown molding out of, I wonder? Let's see, what was that under? Probably furniture, right? It's just out of standard materials. Another thing I'd like to get at some point through the research is an insulating black wall behind buildings. That'd be interesting to look into. I don't know much about that. I didn't really know it was a thing. And then there's different portrait sizes. What's this? Oh, the jukebox. In advanced, we have an arrow pot. That was a single plant. So it's another kind of hanging plant, but cooler. A window tile, marble block, metal block, so more ways to make sculptures. But the tiles in the background, I'd like to get those at some point. I wonder if that is the drywall. I thought it was called something else. And it might still be something else, or the name has changed from what I remember it being as, but yeah, there's a lot to still be learning. What should we do next? Maybe fossil fuels? No, there was something I really wanted to learn last time. Smart batteries. Oh my god, we already have them! there's a smart battery right here. Ugh. Alright, so that's something I'll want to look into. I guess power is the next big thing, so let's go there for our next research. I can't believe we already had it. I just spent so long looking for that. And I had it all along. I was right here. So it takes refined metals opposed to the ore. But it can store differently, and it can have a... like, it'll only pull power, or like... it'll stop this from running all the time, in essence. So, anyway, that's all going to be next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We got some stuff done. We looked into what's in the new pack. People haven't died yet, so that's... we're doing well. So, hope you guys enjoyed it, and until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.